Hello everyone and welcome to It Goes Off. It's pre-game time. We're getting to a very interesting stage of the IronNet NBL season and we're up to round 9 and Grantley Bernard talk us through where all the action's going to be this weekend.
We've got a big triple treat on Friday night. The Perth Wildcats at 5-3 against the Sydney Kings at 6-4. That is the national TV game on Friday night on 1 at 9:30. The Wildcats against the Kings. It's the New Zealand Breakers 7-2 against the Melbourne Tigers 2-6. Possibly a little one-sided over the other side of the Tasman in that one. And speaking of one-sided, you've got your 0-10 Townsville Crocodiles at home to the Adelaide 36ers 5-3. And if we're looking for a possible upset this round, I think that one could be it. On Sunday, the Sixers are back home to play against the Kings in the nationally televised game on 10 at 2 on Sunday afternoon. That really should be a great game. And then back up in Queensland on Sunday, it's the Cairns Taipans against the in-form Wollongong Hawks.
You're dead right, Grantley, and you took the words almost right out of my mouth, and it certainly wasn't when I was kissing you. But the Townsville Crocs, when you're talking about a potential upset, it's one where we've got the introduction of Luke Neville into the lineup, and that is shaping up at a real danger game for the Adelaide 36ers.
It certainly is, Meatloaf, I can tell you that. It's going to be big. I actually do think that the Crocs could be danger. You have a look at Gary Irvin's numbers. He is really running into some form. He's going to be the man that makes the Crocs tick. And like you say, you throw big Luke Neville in there, all of a sudden they've got a presence to counter Daniel Johnson, Luke Schenscher in the middle. Crocs could be looking good in that one.
And it could be a dangerous weekend for the Adelaide 36ers. They're starting to play some very, very polished basketball, and they're up again on Sunday against the Sydney Kings, and the Sydney Kings white hot at the moment, playing some fantastic basketball. So, big weekend coming up for the Adelaide 36ers. Grantley, another very important date is going to be on December 22nd when the NBL All-Star game takes place in Adelaide. Still tickets available, so jump on the NBL All-Stars.com.au website to secure your seat because it's going to be a cracking game. And we here can't claim much, can we?
No.
Very little. But what we can claim is that we have lobbied and just tried to convince the good folk out there of the superior form of Ben Madgen, and it appears as though they are listening.
It would appear the word is that Benny might have just snuck a couple of spots up in the voting, could be starting the All-Star game.
Well, it's all not over for you folk out there because this weekend is the last opportunity you get to vote for the starters. So you've got up until the end of round 9 before voting for the starters closes down, and over the next following couple of weeks, we'll be announcing who the starting lineups are going to be. So make sure you jump on the website nbl.com.au or nblallstars.com.au and cast your vote. And it's good to see Benny Madgen looking like, not there yet, but looking like he will be a starter. And the three-point shootout is another event that a lot of people are super excited about.
Well, I reckon there's probably a few candidates. I think Peter Crawford's always been a really good outside streaky shooter, and our man, Ben Madgen, he can connect from distance too. And if there was a smoky for the field, on Sunday, Benny Lewis. Benny Lewis connected on a couple from pretty deep.
3 in a row, I think it was, in the first half. But if you're speaking of smokies, I reckon also home court advantage could play a factor. And Stephen Way, now he uses a lot of legs in his shot, and to get 25 off in a minute may be a challenge. But Stephen Way is another one with the familiarity with the home court rims could play a factor.
Yeah.
Excellent. Grantley, let's have a look at the statistical leaders. And in scoring, it's Ben Madgen who just continues to blossom. He's up to now 21 points per game. Adrice DeLeon, and he's 17 points a game. A lot of those coming in the fourth periods in clutch time. So he's having an outstanding season. And Cedric Jackson at 15.7. He's in third place. In the rebounds, we've got Seth Scott at 8.3. Daniel Johnson, he is in much improved rebounder for a big fella. He's doing some great things, and it should almost be the Jacob Holmes Rebounding Award because he is just a sensation. He's, again, figuring prominently at 8 rebounds a game. In the assists...
As the president of the NBL Players Association, do you think Jacob Holmes has been pushing for a a rebounding contest at the All-Star game.
Well, not sure that'll draw the fans in, but
You never know.
don't underestimate the values of
Perhaps
crashing.
they could combine in the three-point shootout that if you miss it and you get the rebound before it hits the floor, you get a half a point or something.
I've heard some stupid ideas before, but
That one could work.
that is possibly the stupidest.
Okay.
Assists. Cedric Jackson. He's third in scoring. He's first in assists at 7.8. Gary Irvin, as you mentioned, just starting to feel his way through the season. And Adam Gibson with 4 assists a game. Apparently that's all we have time for, but the good folk out there, they know if you want to keep up to date with all the goings on in the INET NBL, NBL.com, that's the place to be to check out all the stats, news, information, and follow all the action on One. Friday night telecast on One, Sunday the telecast nationally on Channel 10, and NBL TV. Boy, do they do a fantastic job. Just terrific work there. And the Android app is up and about. I've downloaded the Android app and it is an absolute beauty. It's get to watch all the games on the go. So if you've been an Android user, happy times are here now, and jump on and sign up for the NBL television. Are you an Android user, Grantley, or an Apple?
No.
Neither.
No.
It's disappointing.
I've still got like a
Nokia, big brick.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that surprise me? Amazing. And don't forget to follow all the action on NBL Facebook page or on Twitter. All the players, most of them anyway, have got a Twitter account. You can jump on and check them out. Or Andrew Gage 10, Grantley Bernard. If you want to interact with either of us, if you've got any questions, bang them through and we'll do our best to try and answer them. Terrific work by you, Grantley. Big weekend coming up, and as we do each week, we need to pay thanks to those that support us, and all starts with our naming rights sponsor, and that is, of course,
IINet.
Connect Better.
10.
And 1.
Spalding.
And FA.
And Virgin Australia.
And we say thanks to all those sponsors doing a fantastic job in the INET NBL, and of course this wonderful program we have here. We look forward to your company next week on the #1 podcast in the world for the INET NBL, and it's called It Goes